Good morning, friends and family of Emmanuel Richton Park, and welcome to worship. Now, before we get started this morning, there are a couple of things I'd like to share with you. First, whether it's your first time here at Emmanuel, you've been checking us out for a little while, or you are members of Emmanuel, we'd like to know that you are here this morning. So across the bottom of the screen, you will see a phone number. What we'd like you to do is we'd like you to text the keyword HERE329, all one word, to that number. And what will happen is we will send you a digital Connect card that you can fill out with your name, your number, and your email address so we can follow up with you. Now don't worry, if you don't text, you can look in the comments below and there will be a link that you can follow there. Secondly, you will notice that we also aren't in church. That's because we really feel it is important to stay at home during this time. That being said, we've had to get a little bit creative in how we bring worship to you today. So we actually have two videos for you today. This first one is pre-recorded so that we can go ahead and we can type in the words so you can interact with us today. We'd like you to sing along with us, speak the liturgy with us, just like we were all together. The second video, Pastor Brian will be bringing to us live. He wanted to be as authentic as possible and bring the message to you live as he delivers it. So what we will need you to do is after this video is complete, we will need you to go back to Emmanuel's Facebook page and look for his live video. Don't worry, he'll give it just a second before he really digs in. That's all I have for you, so let's go ahead and get started. Welcome to worship.
Darkness tries to hide, trembles at his voice, trembles at his voice. How great is our God? Sing with me, how great is our God? And all will see how great is our God.
In peace, let us pray to the Lord.
Lord, have mercy.
For the peace from above and for our salvation, let us pray to the Lord.
Lord, have mercy.
For the peace of the whole world, for the well-being of the Church of God, and for the unity of all, let us pray to the Lord.
Lord, have mercy.
For this holy house, and for all who offer here their worship and praise, let us pray to the Lord.
Lord, have mercy.
Help, save, comfort, and defend us, gracious Lord.
Our Old Testament reading for today is one verse from Exodus 20, verse 15. You shall not steal. This is the word of the Lord. Thanks be to God. Our psalm comes from Psalm 119, verses 9 through 16. How can a young man keep his way pure? By guarding it according to your word. With my whole heart I seek you. Let me not wander from your commandments. I have stored up in your word my heart, that I might not sin against you. Blessed are you, O Lord. Teach me your statutes. With my lips I declare all the just decrees of your mouth. In the way of your testimonies I delight, as much as in all riches. I will meditate on your precepts and fix my eyes on your ways. I will delight in your statutes. I will not forget your word. Our second reading, the epistle, comes from Romans chapter 13, verses 1 through 7. Let every person be subject to the governing authorities, for there is no authority except from God, and those that exist have been instituted by God. Therefore, whoever resists the authorities resists what God has appointed, and those who resist will incur judgment. For rulers are not a terror to good conduct, but to bad. Would you have no fear of the one who is in authority? Then do what is good, and you will receive his approval, for he is God's servant for your good. But if you do wrong, be afraid, for he does not bear the sword in vain, for he is the servant of God, an avenger who carries out God's wrath on the wrongdoer. Therefore, one must be in subjection, not only to avoid God's wrath, but also for the sake of conscience. For the same reason, you also pay taxes, for the authorities are ministers of God, attending to this very thing. Pay to all what is owed to them, taxes to whom taxes are owed, revenue to whom revenue is owed, respect to whom respect is owed, honor to whom honor is owed. This is the word of the Lord. Thanks be to God.
It's the song of the redeemed, rise from the African plain. It's the song of the forgiven, drown out the Amazon rain. The song of Asian believers, filled with God's holy fire. It's every tribe, every tongue, every nation, a love song born of a grateful choir. It's all God's children singing glory, glory, hallelujah, he reigns, He reigns. It's all God's children singing glory, glory, all the songs sung from the dawn of creation, some were meant to persist. Of all the bells rung from 1,000 steeples, none rings truer than this. It's all God's children singing glory, glory, hallelujah, He reigns. It's all God's children singing glory, glory, hallelujah, He reigns. It's all God's children singing glory, glory, hallelujah, He reigns. It's all God's children singing glory, glory, hallelujah, And all the powers of darkness tremble at what they've just heard. 'Cause all the powers of darkness can't drown